Good evening everybody and welcome to the XRL F5000 division live from the night circuit, the only night circuit on the calendar from Marina Bay, Singapore. In the box seat tonight is Jamie 2503 from the GP2 division, racing with me the other night. Not doing too bad, Jamie, in the end.
Yeah, not bad. Finally got my first win this season. Quite happy with it.
Been a long time coming, but a good result nonetheless. So a bit disappointed with my result, but we're not going to go there tonight. We're going to go there. But yeah, it's a difficult track. This one, Singapore is such a difficult track, such a long track, and then with the walls and the just constant turn after turn, it is a difficult one to master. So we'll see how they get on around here. But anyway,
Tucker O'Harley not got a very quick start.
Well,
first sector is going to be poor.
Well, we're going to quickly give you a quick rundown of what the F5 division is like, table standings wise, before we get out onto the track. And at the moment, Gravedigger has a slender gap at the top of the table at the moment. He currently stands on a total of 152 points after the first 12 rounds, 11 points ahead of Sick B2 Ozone in the McLaren. Jay Pearce not here tonight, he's on 113, and he could lose that third place spot to Crazy Fish and Tucker, who are on 104 and 101 respectively. 97 points is the amount that ACPX Beast has got, so he's near the promotion area, with Draco P7 on 84 points, 56 points for Lisbon Lions, who's here tonight, Boy83K on 33, 20 for Killers, not here tonight. Luke Dawson had a couple of races and has picked up 15 points, 12 points for Jolly Pop. We've got a new driver tonight in CUFC Ewan, who's obviously going to be starting on 0, and then you've got and that is it. So Crazy Fish, our current 4th place in the championship driver, is currently provisional pole with a 140.4. Let's get out onto the track and try and find someone who isn't on a lap yet. Let's have a quick look. So I think Lisbon Lions has done a lap. We're on board with Tucker. It looks a slow lap, so we're going to avoid him. CUFC Ewan's just about to leave the pits. Start lap. I'm on board with Draco. He's on the prime tyre, just going under the grandstand bridge there, I suppose. I think there's a grandstand up there. Not too sure. Maybe I thought it was. Maybe it's just road. But Draco, this has not been a great lap for him. He's already hitting the 144s, 146.0 as we finished a lap. Not one of Draco's final laps, that is for sure, but I'm sure he will improve as the session goes on. ACPX Beast is just leaving the pits. Jolly Pop's on the lap. He's on the Super Soft tyres. Super Soft and medium. There's quite a big difference in the tyre compound here, isn't there, Jamie? What is it, about a second? Maybe a little bit more?
Yeah, it's just over a second, I believe. And also the option is quite a quicker race tyre as well, so you're definitely better to, I'd say, probably qualify on prime so you can get them straight out of the way.
See, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do in GP2. I fluffed my lines in quali, but I started on prime anyway, and then just did options all the way. And I think a 3-stop with all 3 stops being for options is probably the way forward. As long as you can get about 8-9 laps out of your stint, it's fine. Jolly Pop goes 4th on a 42.1. These laps, not obviously the best laps you're ever going to see. F5 division, it's what you can expect. I'm on board with Tucker. Currently, I believe he's 5th in the championship at the moment, just behind Crazy Fish. 3 points in it, so he could do with a good performance tonight. He wasn't here last week, couldn't make it. Obviously sad times what's been happening for the victims of MH17. It's National Day of Mourning in the Netherlands, so obviously that's where Tucker's from, so he was not around on last week, so he's here tonight, and that's the main thing that counts, and let's hope he gets a good performance because he needs it after last week's missed race. All Gravedigger's lagging a little bit tonight. That's joy of joys. He's not got a good connection tonight. You couldn't hear anyone in the game chat. Right, I'm on board with a new guy, CUFCU, and he's just on the first sector, right? He's gone straight onto super soft. Ooh, losing the back end there. Holding it though. Keeping it reasonably tight as we go through this. Oh, this is a tricky old corner. Gets a lot of wheel spin, takes way too much to the curb. Now going up to the former Singapore sling. Just one corner now, one left-hander instead of 3 quick chicanes. And through that again, slightly untidy, but maybe that's what you expect for the pace of driver. Clips that apex very nicely after the Anderson Bridge. Now goes down and completes the second sector in a decent time by the looks of it. This should be in the 40s, I think, and be quite close to pole position. See how he finishes the lap. This is quite a tricky corner coming up. You're turning left and you've got a brake turn right. Very, very tight, and that'll be corner cutting, surely. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get it. And in fact, he has slowed right down. Just got way, way too much on the curb there, and getting on the curb at all on that corner, it's going to give you corner cutting. And yeah, just so I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's in box now. And he does indeed. He boxes in. So I think the lap would have been a good one. Just needs to get a clean one. AC Picks Beast now coming around the final corner in the Mercedes. Let's see where he will be qualified with the lap that he's going to set. It's going to be in the 41s by the looks of it. It's in the 41s. It's a 41.7 P4 currently. Crazy Fish last night had a good session around in the GP3 division. He actually didn't do too badly. So he's a good, he's a very, very good pace setter for the division, you would think. But Draco's on outlap, so we'll try and get back to him in a little bit. Gravedigger's on lap. He's lagging all over the show though, so I'm not pretty sure what's happening with him, but we'll just keep on board, see what he does. Just seems all really jerky and hasn't got the greatest connection in the world, so it might not be a good race for him this week. As he now comes to the final double left, and it's going to be in the 42. No, it's not a lap at all apparently. I don't know with him today. 6v2 Ozone now about to start a lap. McLaren second place in the championship to Gravedigger, so can really do with a good performance this week.
Been lines here on his second run, and it's looking pretty good.
So you're on board
top
with
3 just now for quali.
you're on the McLaren teammate of 6v2 Ozone. Whereabouts is he on the lap at the moment?
He's just coming under the bridge.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to get on board with that one in time. I want to watch his teammate go round. But let us know what lap time he gets and where that puts him.
Here he comes in round the... Oh! And he boxes in the pits.
Did it look a good lap on the timings, or?
It looked actually okay. I think it would have been quite close to his PB just now.
Maybe a corner cut, maybe
yeah.
just a couple of tenths down. I don't know. So anyway, 6v2 Ozone's now also coming under the bridge. And going through these final few chicanes here. And he's got the double left. Finish the lap. This is going to go on. He boxes as well. Just not. That's the thing. If he completes his lap, that would have been his quali over. And I don't think that would have been an improved lap. So probably the right thing to do for him was to box. Interesting to see CUFC Ewan go on the prime tyre here. He cannot bottle it now. This is his last attempt of the session.
Tucker O'Harley's on his final lap of the quali. He's decided to go for options this time after setting a lap time on primes. See if he can boost himself up in the standings. He's currently 8th in qualifying, and there's just over 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's such a long lap, you don't get many attempts to... You only get 3 laps, really, in a session, I'd say.
Yeah.
With all the in and out laps. You know, you've got 3 chances, and, you know, it's quite easy to corner cut or make a mistake around a track like Singapore. More like it's more down the average of mistakes and not corner cuts, but you still can corner cut a couple of corners if you get in a bit early. So, CUFC Ewan does it this time, and he keeps it clean. So this is going to be a lap. There's a Ferrari just down the road. I think that might be a Gravedigger. Probably will not affect him, it will affect him, but he gets way out of the way. Going through this final corner, a lot of wheel spin. Just a double left to go, it's going to be quite close. I don't think he's going to be getting pole. And it's a 41.6, good enough for P5 on the prime tyre though. And it's probably the right strategy call to go on the prime tyre and start the race. So be wary of what he does today, could be quite close. Good evening to Lewis Hamilton, and I'm called Z, watching the stream. Good evening to you, Sean.
Tucker O'Harley goes a second and a half quicker and only improves 1 place. This shows how much he was behind.
Ewan's done his session. We'll try and get on someone else for you. And that one will be his teammate, AC Pixby. He's currently P7 on prime. Option, sorry. And this has got potential, this lap. Uses the curves down to the end of the second sector here. This is a decent lap. This is surely an improvement from AC Pixby here. If he can just hook up this final sector, this could be a pole lap. Currently P7 on the grid, so it'll be a massive, massive improvement. Goes round the final few corners, now going towards the under the bridge. You cannot lock up here, you'll be straight into the wall. Gets it bang on the apex, great corner. Gets a little bit out of shape, a lot of wheel spin. You can hear the tyres suffering through these final few corners. But this looks a good lap from ACPXB. This might be good enough to top a Crazy Fish off the pole. It is! He's got pole. Great lap time there from AC Pixby. So it's actually Gravedigger who he beat. So only 2 tenths separating the top 3 in qualifying. Really, really close stuff from some of those guys. And we'll get back onto the track because I believe there might be still a few more drivers completing laps. Luke Dawson is one of those, but he looks like he's broken a wing, so I don't think he will. Lisbon Lions now, P6, he's on a lap. Let's keep on board with him. A bit of a lock-up, but hits that apex very well. Such a tricky couple of corners there. Comes under the bridge now. Oh, he breaks incredibly deep. That's it. That is that. He broke deep, got way too deep. His teammate though, Sleek V2 Ozone's on a lap, and he hasn't set a time yet, so he's got the choice here. If it's a bad lap, to either do the lap or stand the pits and save the tyres. Let's see what he does, because I'm not so sure this is a great time. Let's just keep on board. A couple bits of carbon fibre on the road there from the McLaren, making the error. Ooh, that is going to be close to whether that's corner cutting or not. He did slow down a lot before the corner though. That's probably why it hasn't been given. Goes around the final corner. It's not well, it is an improvement from where he was, but it's only good enough for P6 and a second between the guys at the top. But ACPX Beast grabs pole, our driver in 6th in the championship, has got pole position from our current championship leader, and the person who's close to him in the championship, 6v2 Ozone, only managing a mere 6th place on the grid. But it should be a decent race here, guys. It'd be great if you can stick it out. It's a long 50%. Luke should be on primes. Cut that, yeah, he did cut it, I think. Though he did slow a lot more than normal for the corner, so. But a good qualifying for the Mercedes driver of ACPX Beast, who takes pole position with one of the final few cars to go round. So he's looking good. Right, Jamie, you've watched qualifying. It seems to be a big gap between few of the drivers tonight. 3 seconds between first and last. It's quite a big gap for this division. Who's going to be that one? It seems quite close to the front between 4 or 5 drivers. So go on.
Yeah.
Try and break this down for us.
Who was it that set the time on primes?
It was CUFC
Again.
Ewan. He qualified in the end, I think a bit lower. I think it was about 7th, 8th in the end. So he's quite a way down.
Right. Oh. I actually quite fancy Gravedigger or ACP Beast to win this. It all really depends on who's brave enough to make moves, and it will be quite a mix in the grid with different race strategies. I believe that a 3-stop will be quicker, but if you're good on your tyre wear, then you can make a 2-stop work. It might work out, but I think we could see some safety cars. We never know.
F1X Jelly is one that catches the eye. Reserve driver, but in 4th place, doing a good job. But he's not the one I'm going to go for. I'm going to go with Luke Dawson's site. I know he put a pretty decent performance in last night in F4. His pace looks okay. I think he's on the prime as well. So he could be one to watch out for. Sick V2O Zone, I'm a big fan of. CUFC Ewan, I think will have a good race tonight. I think he's done the right thing by going on the primes at the start. But really, any of those top 9, I think, are good enough to win the race, although the gaps were quite big. I think you never know. It's a complete lottery around Marina Bay here at Singapore. It is one of those lotteries where you don't know who. Anyone can win. Safety car can pop up, or you can break your wing, you lock up and go into a wall. It's quite easy just to do that. So I mean, you could even say maybe Draco at the back or someone like that, but it's obviously incredibly unlikely. So I'm going to stick it out and say Luke Dawson, P5. Why not? But quite a few of them have got a shot. But good evening to Blue Gunner. He's watching the stream tonight. Good to see you watching, mate. And there will be a stream a little bit later on. I think if people have been on the forum of late, they'll see there's been a few political and controversial things going on. I'd like to clarify a few things, so I'm going to get that stream up and running at 8 o'clock. Any questions you have about the league, future of the league or anything like that, try and get them out there so everyone knows what's going on, because I think it's only fair. But I think we're ready to get going. I think they've had plenty of time to get ready for this race. 31 laps of the Singapore Grand Prix. It is the longest 50% race on the calendar by far, so we're hoping for no safety cars tonight, that is for sure.
We'll be going to track shortly, be aware. Fire her up.
Right, so we are here for
There are a lot of
round
cars on track
13
today.
of the
We need to be
XRL
careful on the
F5000
first
Challenge.
corner.
The lights are about to go green, and away we go right now. And it's a short run down to turn 1. Are we going to get there in time? I don't know. Trying to as quick as we can, and it looks like AC Pixbeast has got a good start. The Ferrari's there, getting rather close, but keeping it clean between the pair of them. Gravedigger running a little bit wide there, but it's all clean through the first couple of corners. Crazy Fish, not crazy. Crazy Fish is in P3. Jamie, who are you on board with at the moment?
I'm currently quite further back.
That's a good idea, I think.
Yeah. It could get a bit tussly back here. I'm currently on board with Lisbon Lions, who's had a poor start to this Grand Prix. Oh.
What happened there?
Lag? I don't think that's lag, is it?
What? Do you see what happened?
Oh, there's cars all over the place. I wasn't able to see the second collision, but all I seen was a Mercedes completely missing its braking point and shooting right into the side of a... was that a Red Bull?
So you don't think you got a nudge then?
Oh no, it was Ewan. It was Ewan actually.
Newcomer
And it was
Ewan
into
getting
the
maybe a little bit
Rosso.
excited into the first corner. Going through the pack now, 6v2 zone's already missing an end plate on one. It's so bad to miss even a little bit of your wing round here. You can't afford it. Draco's in P10, Troy Rosso P11 of Jolly Pop, and then yeah, at the back we've got Ewan, and he is running. I'm not sure.
He has lost his wing.
It says he's lost his wing, but he's clipping those apexes, maybe. Maybe he's not. Yeah, I think he might have lost his wing. Not a great start. It looked as if maybe it's a little bit of inexperience on his part. Jolly Pop getting through on the Red Bull. I think he's going to let him back, actually. Looks as if he's going to let him back. Maybe he's told to go ahead. Right. Drake up into P9. He's on prime tyre. Keep an eye on him. He has a good race. The Boy 83K likewise as well in the Lotus. We've got the two McLarens of Lisbon Lions and 6v2 zone P7 and 6. On board with those right now. And 6v2 zone trying to make the slipstream work, but unfortunately not really even getting close down the straight. He's going to have to wait until the DRS in a lap's time to possibly have a go. So we're going to quickly jump a little bit further forward. And we're going to try and get to Luke Dawson. Was in 5th, or 4th, sorry, from 5th. He's just dropped the position again.
Oh, and look at that. Tucker O'Harley taking full advantage there of Jolly Pop and I believe the Williams of Draco Fire battling it out there just at the end of Sector 1. And the two of them almost touched, and then Tucker just mullered Jolly Pop round the outside.
Well, I'd love to know who XX is. The answer to that is no, but I don't know. I haven't seen you watch a stream. Who is it? Let us know. Right, Luke Dawson, yeah, P5. Let's just jump up a little bit further. Jelly, the reserve, in P4. He's doing a good job. Third was Crazy Fish, so it's as you were at the top line. ACPXP is making a small gap here. Not much, but significant enough maybe to break the DRS. So
oh, Tucker O'Harley and Draco Fire getting very close there at the last corner. Jolly Pop's going to get a double slipstream here, and he takes Draco Fire. Will he be able to get Tucker? No, he doesn't, but he does take 10th place. Good move.
Crazy Fish makes the move.
DRS activated here. Jolly Pop will be able to get Tucker. Tucker runs very wide though, and Jolly Pop manages to get through into 9th place. Well read there, he anticipated the late braking there, and he managed to find a way through.
Gravedigger is slowly going backwards then. F1X Jelly is starting to close that gap to the Ferraris then. And you've definitely got two clear battles at the moment. You've got sort of battle maybe for 1st to 6th, they're sort of grouped, or 1st to 7th even. And then you've got the rest. Or not the rest bar one, that being CUFC Ewan, who's decided that he'd have a quiet race. So it'll be interesting to see where that is. He's obviously going to have to change his strategy now. Probably do an extra stop more than everyone else. So at least as Lisbon Lions gets deep there, and that is another end plate gone. He's just got the bottom portion of his wing. He will definitely be struggling with oversteer. And the fact that his teammate, who's I think faster driver, has got more of his wing left, hasn't got passing it is a surprise, but he's already in. 6v2 zone in on lap 7. Not lap 7, lap 3, sorry, he's in 7th place. He will drop probably to 11th. He might just get ahead of Ewan, so that's how that one stands. But looks like the Boy 83 on the op primes. He's being closed in on Jolly Pop on the options, and he's having a a slowly improved race here. Jolly Pocket's right at the back in qualifying, and he's just climbing a couple of positions here in the early stages. And, oh, I thought that was a move, but I thought that was like a great move, and then the lag. He's going to have DRS, but that's no consolation because he's not going to be able to make that move in time. He's going to have to think about this. I think it's quite an interesting sort of thing. You can't get the move done. I found in my GP2 race, it was all about the way you could tactically use your curves to make the move after that.
Trying an undercut there, and then you just over-anticipated.
He's trying everything.
Didn't quite get it.
I wouldn't have used my curves there. I know he didn't have much left. He might have a move here if...
It's going to be tight. He just went over the white line there.
He did there. I think I have to agree with you on that one. Good move from the Red Bull behind, but at the end of the day, I mean, that's pretty stonewall, I think. But we'll see after the race. He has got away from the Lotus, but the Red Bull Tucker is not giving up. He's going to have a go. He's getting much closer to him as well. Goodbye, M-plate. Alright, so Toro Rosso getting very, very out of shape as he gets into the pits there, and a lot of drivers in the pits right now. We've got a Ferrari, and I believe that's a McLaren there of Lisbon Lions. We've got the Ferrari of Crazy Fish, and we've got in front of that, we've got the Toro Rosso of F1X Jelly, who has got in front of Crazy Fish here. So he's now up into, I think, a net P2 from 4th. So very, very good there. He's in current 7th place. Who's in front? We've got Draco on Prime. We've got the Boy 83 on Prime. We've got Tucker, who's really extended his first stint compared to everyone else on option. Same with Luke Dawson, who's in P3. P2 is Gravedigger. No, he's 2. They're reasonably close, especially Gravedigger making a few errors. Luke Dawson's not looking too bad for maybe a podium. But ACPXB's, he's not much quicker than the rest, but he's quick enough to make a gap, and that's what he's doing right here. And that gap to the Ferrari of Gravedigger and what is essentially Crazy Fish and F1X Jelly is around the 3 to 4 second gap. So he can go late on his stints, and it will give him more, it will give him fresher tyres going forward. So it's his race to lose now, you would have thought. But we don't want to bring in commentators first to this. So we'll leave it at that, as he does now box Mercedes driver Izzy. There you go. Well,
Digger follows him in.
And I'm sure Luke Dawson will follow him as well.
Nope, Luke Dawson stayed out.
Oh, he has as well. That's an odd one. He's going quite long on those options. He'll surely get mugged by people behind him, you would have thought. But let's see where ACPX Beast comes out. I'm sure you're about to hear, I believe that'll be the Boy 83K and Draco on the primes. But where are these option runners? How have they got an undercut on him? Looks like that's a Ferrari of Craig. No, that's Draco. He's got ahead of Draco, and Draco's not hit yet. He is. Where's the next driver? Crazy Fish is net P2. He's got about a 5 second gap. This is a very, very decent result for ACPX Beast at the moment. We're only 6 laps into this race. Feels like I've been commentating on it for quite a while, but that's just the nature of this lap around here. It's so long that you think that more than you actually have. It does mean there's a lot of this race left, and wing breakages, mistakes can still creep in. So don't write this one off. He's got to put in a professional performance, because it's not a track where you can make mistakes. 6v2 ozone down in P8, and he's having a decent race here today, slowly climbing up from a lowly grid position as well. He needs to have a good result to keep the pressure on Gravedigger today. So, well, F1X Jelly's lost connection. He was down. He was up in
Sector 2 is showing green. Back to racing conditions. Keep an eye out for any debris.
Through the chicane, and that leaves 11, which is a big shame because F1X Jelly was doing well. It's just a genuine disconnect, I think. The B83 okay in 10th. He must have pit, but he's gone to
But
prime
Dawson
again.
is in the pits then from the lead. I
So
was
Luke's
thinking there, if he just stayed out another lap, he might have been trying a two-stop, but he still could be going for that.
really.
It is possible.
Well, he's got to go on
Yeah.
prime, hasn't he? So here he goes on the prime tyre. Jelly disconnection, isn't it? I think.
Yes.
You could have cooked your pizza a little bit later. You could have put it in the oven at the start of the race, and then here you go, have a pizza right now.
I gave it 20 minutes, and then it took ages to heat up, and then bam, the race started, and I was eating pizza.
Were you using a log fire or something to cook it?
Fire.
Well, it's a bit of a shame, but you won a little while back, didn't you? I believe.
I was right behind Crazy Fish just then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
prime.
not tonight, but you won a race not that long ago, didn't you? In F5?
Yeah, the Spa.
Yeah, I thought it was quite recent. So yeah, and you had good pace again tonight, considering
I was surprised with the quali. Yeah, I was surprised with it really because
you still retain some of that GP2 race winning potential.
yeah, I reckon I could have won that tonight.
ACPX Beast was pulling out a bit of a gap. It was quite surprising. I didn't think that you could have.
I still, yeah. You never know though, do you?
No, you
you
don't. You definitely don't know what can happen around here.
Yeah.
As long as you've got good pace and you keep it at the wall, that's what, it's all about. And yeah, I suppose it's just unlucky we haven't been able to get to the end today because of the connection, I suppose. So I suppose with better luck next week if you are racing. I don't know what the situation is, so.
I'm reserved at the moment, but I think he wants me to do it like full time. I don't know.
Well, there's only a few races left at the end of the season, just a few weeks, isn't it? And then see what you want to do from there, I suppose. But
yeah.
Anyway, I shall speak to you in a bit, and unlucky tonight, hopefully it'll work out better next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright, in a bit.
No, I will try. Right, we've got a few questions on the stream. We'll try and get to those now, not questions. Who's Luke Spring? Oh my god, there's news. There is news going on here. We've been missing things. How is I'm Paul Z doing these crazy pictures with posts? The other guy's only got 54 laps. Yes, it's a very time-conserving setup. He is down in P5. He needs to find a little bit more pace. Luke Spring knows F1 2014 will be revealed tomorrow. Look on his Twitter. I shall look at it indeed, and he is, as you are right, he is the community manager at Codemasters. He gets a lot of slack, but he does a lot of good stuff, and I know he's pretty busy with the PS3 and PC League of Leagues, Cody's League Championship that he did on the Xbox, so good on him. Good to see that possibly after a big wait that there might actually be some news on the next F1 game, which will make my day tomorrow, because I have to admit I have been worried about maybe lack of action with this. But Luke Dawson's down closing right up to his teammate, and Draco needs to, I think about it a bit and just let him through.
Crazy Fish is seriously closing in on ACPX Beast for the lead. Understandably though, ACPX Beast is on primes, Crazy Fish is on options. But if Crazy Fish can make that move before he needs to box in again, it might be crucial towards the end of the race.
There you go, it is confirmed. F1 2014, there will be an announcement tomorrow. And they've gone, this year, what the colour schemes been for each of the years that F1 have had? You've had sort of black and red this year, you've had blue and white the year before, you've had sort of orange and white. Next year it's going to be orange and black, very sort of yellowy orange, golden I would say. It's this possible hint of going back to the golden generation of turbo cars. Wow, interesting way of looking at it, but it should be interesting. Very, very exciting news.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dan, but Draco Fire is not giving a damn about Luke Dawson being his teammate as the two of them touch once more. It was just at the end of the DRS straight. Draco Fire just squeezed him a little bit off the track. I wouldn't say that he needs a penalty or a reprimand for that, but it is quite competitive between these two teammates.
Who's this? Luke Dawson, Draco?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised Luke Dawson hasn't just been able to breeze past Draco. Draco is on 9-lap-old primes now. So, I mean, he should be able to just get past without any problem at all. It's not, you know. You can't feel at this stage, the only way Luke's going to get past is if possibly it's because he hits, but now he's a lot closer.
Oh, here he goes.
Oh, just tempt fate, don't I? No, he can't take that one. He's going to have to let that one go. Fair play to him, but he can't let much go.
McLaren.
Because the McLaren, see, you've got to get your moves done, and he did not there, and he's lost out, and 6v2 ozone. Now he's going to have DRS on Draco. He's going to probably use a lot of his curves to close in. He'll probably try and late break. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to make a move. He doesn't. I'm quite surprised. Draco's not got the grip here. He could have eased around the outside there quite easily, I think. Compared to these guys who've got grip, but 6v2 ozone's having a really good race. He's into a decent position. It's more of a case of damage limitation against him than a Gravedigger, but he's doing a decent job of that at the moment. Oh, very, very close for you and Luke there. Try and get on board with Luke, so you can write the third driver of this group. But these three are hurting their race, or I should say 5th and 6th are hurting their race, because they're being held by the Williams Draco car. Getting past. They have looked a bit more likely this lap. Here we go. There's a possible move here. 6v2 ozone really starting to close in. Back of Draco. Draco hits the wall. There's a possible move here. Surely he's going to have the inside here. No. But this time, he breezes past with ease. Draco pit. Now you're going to hurt. Oh yeah, he's lost out his teammate there. 9 laps is plenty enough to do a good 3-stop strategy. I don't know how many laps you have to do on prime to make a 2-stop work. Prime. Probably want to do what?
12?
I'd say,
12
yeah, 12 and 12, 11. I think 11. I could do 8 at the most on my option. So what's that? 23. So an 11 and a 12 still to make a 2-stop work. Is it worth it? Just the amount of time you lose must be quite a lot. But I don't know, maybe
that'll be him for position right now.
If that difference in strategy is going to get him a decent position that he may not have had if he went the conventional way, then fair play to him, and just keep an eye on what Draco does through the course of this race. He could still be a bit doing something a bit different, so... Ozone's worked his way up into 3rd place. Up in 2nd is XRL Gravedigger, and our current race leader is AC PXB. So that begs the question: where has Crazy Fish gone? He's down a little bit further.
Crazy Fish boxed.
So he's already.
This is his. The last lap.
This is his. He's already pitted twice. Then is what he's saying.
Yeah.
But he's
doing on lap 10, and he just had ACPXB just under a second, and then he
is it undercuts he's trying to do?
It could be. They are on different strategies for tyres. They're still on. They're still doing 3 stops, the 2 of them, but now if Crazy Fish is trying to do a 3-stop, he's going to have to go prime.
Still out there, and look how much time he lost through the final corner. This is just going to be a case of put it down the inside, and that'll be an easy move, and it's done with pretty much a lot of ease. And Draco is struggling so much he can't straighten the car up on the tarmac. He is losing so much time just to get a possible 2-stop here that it's probably not even worth it.
Oh, look, Dawson, can he get 6v2 also on? He's got DRS, he dives up the inside, and that is a great move.
Just
Good,
missed
solid
it,
move there.
damn it. Just spot on it as they exit the corner. But yeah, XRL losing out there to a decent move from, who's that, sorry. XRL and Luke Dawson. Luke Dawson up into third. Good shout. Good shout.
Fire still out on the same set of primes. Don't know how he's still going.
I know, he does not need to go any further than that. He needs to box. There's no need
he's
to go.
His race.
And here is Crazy Fish. He's right in the back of these guys from the prime now. He's got, I don't know what he's doing, but maybe he's just using the best of the tyres and then boxing, just doing an extra stop. That's how it seems like to me. That's already on the prime tyre.
Oh, and Jolly Pop spun it into the wall, and he's lost an end plate. Just the vicious curbs on the exit of these corners just completely threw his car into the wall there. That was unfortunate. That might ruin his strategy now. Replaced the wing. As finally Draco Fire pits in and he's on options now.
Say prime option prime, is that? They will feel fantastic for him, I tell you that.
Oh yeah. I love the grip on there.
Surprised that MK didn't break off there. Crazy Fish there. Any real battles going out on the track at the moment? Not really. This is probably the closest one we're on board with, the third and fourth. And it is for position. It's not as if people are hearing their pit stop plays. Well, they shouldn't anyway. Oh, that's made by day. Right, finding out about a little bit about F1 2014. That might just.
What's going to happen if it only comes out on Xbox One platform?
Well, I did originally say to the guys watching the stream and the messages that have been sent out to Xbox, that there were things that I feel like needed to be cleared up about the direction of the league and things like that. And what's people are sort of making up stuff that simply isn't true and things need to be answered. I might well postpone this until tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, simply because the F1 news is coming out and we will know, I would have thought, what console the F1 game will be on next year. Yeah. It's going to be on 3. I might hold out. I think I will. Just simply because of that. It makes it... Yeah, we'll do that. So, I know it's bad news, but I think I might send a message to everyone next episode. I actually got better after the race because I don't think that they're all getting a message to say that they're landing in the bottom, and then just get loads of people leaving, and that would not be good. So Luke also staying out. He's already been said by some people on the stream that he's got quite a conservative setup, so we'll hold down what he does. ACPXBs, he has already pit and is in P3. Tucker in P4, that's about as high as we've seen him today. I think he's due a pit stop though. Gravedigger in P5 and then P6 Siggy to Ozone. The gap between them is about 5 seconds, and that will be the position, and that's really good damage limitation for Siggy to Ozone if he can get close and make a move. Draco is going quicker. Now he's on a different set of tyres, but Jolly Pop is not letting him go. They're both on super softs here. P7 and P8. I think they've both got quite new tyres on. Jolly Pop's thinking about a move down the inside. Just going to tighten. And good driving from Draco, good experience defensive driving from Draco there to keep in control of the position. Not causing an incident. What a drive out from Johnny. You can just see he's got so much more confidence in a few of these corners. He's closing through the final corner, now got the DRS.
He goes to the outside.
He's going to have to go a long way round, isn't he? He's going to cut back.
Oh,
That's a
Draco's made a
good...
mistake. Oh, good
That
overtake.
is good. He thought about that a few corners before he actually made the move there. Solid driving. It wasn't something I was expecting. I thought he'd just try and go deep and try and take that outside line. I don't know. That's why I think you were a little bit surprised it took the outside line. But look, he's cleared Draco by a good few tenths already. So good driving there, and Draco down in P7 now. Tucker has pit, and there's only a few seconds off those two, so they'll all be on pretty new tyres now as well.
Battle for second and third now. Oh, it's ACPX Beast has closed up in because he has a pit stop on Luke Dawson. Can he be able to make the move fast and not cause himself too much bother? I think Luke Dawson is pitting. Yes, he is. The ACPX Beast has got away easy with that. That's not affected his race too much. But I think he's got a pretty sizable gap now in the lead.
Definitely.
Dawson rejoins. In fourth currently, but he's still to exit.
He'll
the pit
probably
lane.
go back a little bit more though, won't you would have thought. There's a
Oh,
little bit of
down
a
into
battle
fifth
developing
now.
a little bit further back, so we'll try and get there now.
And Luke Dawson rejoins in fifth on the prime tyres. Tucker and Ewan almost seems as if they're working together to close in on Draco fire here. Not been making too many moves on each other, but this could be a move now. As
They're
Ewan
just helping
tries
each
to
other
dummy.
with DRS and things like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Closing ever so slowly, and Draco is sliding backwards in a way a little bit here in this race. CUFC Ewan has, we have to say, have done well considering his first lap wing break. Getting to the position he has done, I think he has got good pace, he just hasn't necessarily shown it today, maybe as well as what he could have done.
Well, now that they've closed up, and Lisbon Lions is out of the race now. Well, where he
shame.
was in position. I hadn't seen him for a few laps, so I think he might have been quite near the back. But will Ewan try and jump the gun on Tucker before Tucker gets a chance to take Draco fire? Light bit of contact, Ewan quite clearly more confident in the braking zones.
Definitely. His cars don't look too bad either. I thought maybe, Being gets 7th out today, I think that would be a really good result on debut after what happened at the start. And there's potential for more there. I mean, looking at it, they're only about 3 or 4 seconds away down the road, the next group of cars, so possibly there's something a little bit better on the line, but we'll have to keep an eye.
Yeah, anything could happen. Tucker just doesn't seem to get the run out of turn 4, I think. Turn 4 just before the DRS straight. Get the run on Draco fire. Oh, and there's another bit of contact there. There's Tucker made a mistake. Will Ewan tried to put it round the outside. small bit of his cars, which means he ain't going to make them out here coming into front end. Right at the hairpin. A bit of time on track.
Here we go
Yeah,
then, Ewan's definitely got a shot here. Brings around that corner, it suggests maybe the tyres are a couple of laps older than the rest. And he's lost quite a lot of ground down that main straight as a result. I'd say finishing up in a bit of an unfair fashion there. Rundown please from Jigsaw's. Jigsaw. Well, we'll give you a little rundown. As soon as we've watched the rest of this battle unfold, it looks as if the Williams and Draco have just been mugged there by both Ewan and the Toro Rosso of Jolly Pop. And you never know, Ewan might have a little look at Jolly Pop around the outside. He's having a look, he had a little bit of a think, but not a move there. He's going to have another look down the inside here, and this time, that's a good move. Bit helped by the error from Tucker 104 Harley. But nonetheless, good move from Ewan. He has worked his way up into P7. Very well done to him. Right, here's the rundown for you, as requested by I Love Jigsaw. So in first place, we've got ACPX Beast in the Mercedes doing a very, very good job. Grave Digger in P2 and Crazy Fish in P3. Pretty much as you were with the starting grid. Then in fourth place, you got Sick P2Os. And fifth was Jolly Pop, who's I think a little bit out of position at the moment, so I think he's got to do a pit stop. Luke Dawson in P6, he's extending his stint quite well, so he may be able to do a 2-stop and maybe close in on some of the guys a bit further down the road. Ewan, as we just mentioned, having a great race considering his early problems, and he set the fastest lap of the race as well, over 43.3, 10th quicker than Lisbon Lions, who is now retired. The boy 83 came down in 10th. Oh, now Ewan's, I think, just pitted actually, so he's going to be right near the back again, so he's going to have that all to do again. But we've seen his pace, it looks good, so let's get back to the action. I'll read a few of your comments out on the chat box in a second. We're just going to have a quick rundown of where everyone is on track and ACPX Beast. He's not been massively quick from the rest today, but he's had maybe a few tenths a lap, a couple of tenths a lap, and that has just added up over the course of the race to give him quite a sizable lead of about maybe 8 to 10 seconds now. Luke Dawson still on those primes. I would think he is going to have a bit of a shot trying to do a 2-stop. Draco is just ahead of Tucker at the moment. This is, I don't know which battle to concentrate on. This one for 7th or the one for 5th. I'm going to go to the 5th one. It's probably just for 6th. Luke Dawson's starting to close in on Jolly Pop, who I have a feeling will probably box quite soon. His option tyres are getting there in terms of tyre life now. So showing how much getting out of shape at the corner can do, but this time John Pop made the error. It looks as if this should be just a routine pass with DRS now. And it should be, because there's another bit of oversteer there from the Toro Rosso driver, and he can't defend that anyway. As we go for Luke Dawson, and he's got another driver just up the road there. I'm not sure who that is. I think that's B2 Ozone, possibly. In P4 it is, and the gap to the next driver is quite big again, so it'd be interesting to see how that progresses over these final 11 laps of the race. No destroyed cars yet, no safety car, which is a rare sight so far. Hopefully I'm not going to be tempting fate with these last few laps, and hopefully everyone keeps it out of the wall. Ewan up into P8 on very, very new tyres, so he's not doing too bad considering his first lap with wing brake. A bit of inexperience showing on his debut, but it's definitely fighting back up in the second half of his lap, so definitely has the pace going forward for this division and possibly to win racing. Let's get over to some of the comments going down on the chat box. Non-stop, but we've got a few comments, so how is Iron Record Z making these images come up on the chat box? Salt. What is this? Oh, go to Twitch mode. Okay. Let's have a look. What a great video. I like that. I hate the way P2 Ozone revs his engine during corners. Yeah. I haven't really noticed it. I'm starting to get on board with it. You know, talking to the mic a bit louder, gain volume is too high. Sorry, I can drop the gain volume a bit. It'll quieten Jamie's voice down, but it's alright. Ewan running really wide. And Just Key signing in for the night. Good evening, Key. Nice to see that you're watching the stream. Rusty is also signing in for the evening. And I'm going to pass you. Rusty just asked a question, so I'm going to give this one to Jamie. Jamie, how's the race been going so far? Give us a sort of a story of how the race has gone so far.
Well, a very kind of all over the place first lap, if I'm honest. But it's actually been quite a lot cleaner than I thought it has been.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any incidents, have we?
Nah,
There was one
couple.
illegal overtakes one was what I've written down. A big break for you, but other than that, I haven't seen too much.
It's been very clean. There's not been many corner cuts either.
No.
Been a lot of good close racing, and obviously with the tightness of the Singapore circuit, there's been quite a few end plates and mistakes been made on the curbs. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it's certainly, although it's time-wise a long race, it does.
What was that, Jamie?
When did I cut out?
You said long race.
Oh yeah. Although time-wise it's a long race, it doesn't seem quite as long as that with all the action.
Who is winning, says Right Attack. Who's not watching from the start? Oh my god, unbelievable. I believe our race leader is currently acing Bixby's. He has a comfortable advantage as well. He should win this race, bar anything disastrous. Great thing is starting to close in with his teammate again, but it's actually crazy fast race. It's not quite as you were, then those two switched positions for the podium. And then Luke Gordon race behind Glenn, trying to extend his stints, and probably only needs to do maybe one more lap, and then box to box for his final stint. So big.
Oh, and Jolly Pop!
Where has he lost that? He's lost that.
He's got very wide at the awkward left-hander.
Yeah.
And he's, oh man.
The first destroyed car. A long time. There is a safety car. Oh dear. Well, that's going to give everyone a bit of a helping hand. And in the box goes, I think, our race leader and second. Everyone's going in. It's actually happened to only a couple of laps earlier than what happened in GP2. Big shout out to Rusty and Rider's Tag who are watching the stream right now. F1 2014 is being released tomorrow. Well, not released, but information about the game, maybe release dates, maybe a trailer. We don't know. I believe some of you are waiting for sort of an XRL question time sort of thing. Well, that's going to be delayed until tomorrow because of it. But what's happening here with the Ferrari pit crew? Extremely long in the pits there for Ferrari. And in fact, he's lost a position to Luke Dawson. That is
Could it
that.
be double stacking?
It could have been. Well, I don't think it was. There's a bit of a gap between those two, but maybe it was. Luke Dawson has come out in front. That's a big thing for.
Gravedigger's actually lost another place.
Is that the 6v2 zone by any
6v2
shot?
zone.
Yeah. Well, that's a big championship swing then. 11-point gap would have been extended to about a 15 to 20-point gap. Now it's only 8 as it stands after this race. Or no, sorry, 9. So being single figure points, which is, you know, just over a gap between first and second. So this could be big, and Jolly Pop has lost connection. A bit of an error there. I don't think it was his fault. He just went. That's an awkward old corner, that left-hander. Coming up to it right now, actually, on board the 6v2, and it is not a great corner. Whilst they're going around, I think should I get a quick drink in our last 8 laps? I think I'm going to get a quick drink. Whilst these guys catch up to safety car, so I'll be right back.
DX Beast, the race leader, and second place Crazy Fish have both closed up to the safety car. DX Beast though leaving quite a gap to the safety car, but that is understandable. It might be lagging on his screen. And there's quite a sizable gap to Luke Dawson, who's just coming through the bridge grandstand now. But they will all close up, but I'd imagine I can see a few people on the other side of the track who I don't think will be able to close up in time, because now the safety car will be, I think it will be out for another lap after this. Out in lap 22, so I think it should be in this lap, but we'll see. Tyres warm because all of these guys have just pitted in, so 6v2 Ocean I don't think pitted because I think he just pitted a lap or two before, so 6v2 Ocean, that's crucial for him to get ahead of Gravedigger there into 4th place. That certainly helps this championship. Still, no one has closed up after Gravedigger yet. Ewan's quite a bit back, but he'll be able to get there.
Only the top 6 are going to probably get there. The remainder of them might need another couple of laps, but they're simply not going to get that. Tucker, yeah, he's definitely not, and the other two, why are they boxing is the question. I don't understand that. They'll be racing for position way back, and they won't be able to take part in the close racing for these final 6-7 laps of the race. Because Tucker's got a chance, you know.
Dan, Righteous Tag has an important message to you.
Oh, coming in this lap.
Messages.
It is, he's just sent me it through Xbox Live, and it is to say hi.
Be aware, tyres and brake temp is low.
He's always a bit of a letdown, so yeah. No surprise there, I suppose. Tucker 104 Harley isn't going to get up to the safety car. It's as bad as what it could have been, though. By the time everyone gets bunched up, he's not going to be too far off, so he will be able to capitalise on any incidents between drivers, I suppose. And as we're about to go off running again, CUFC Ewan has done an absolutely fantastic job after his early incident, to get himself in 6th and with a chance of something a lot better here. Really dent Gravedigger's title hope and get him between the 6v2 zone. So this will be an interesting final few laps of the race, because these guys are all pretty matched. AC Pixby's probably the least happy now, because he was in control of this race.
Go now.
And now it could just turn the tables.
I'd imagine Ewan will be sitting in that Mercedes very happy with his first race, because now he has a great chance to gain a couple of more places, even a potential podium.
It's always difficult to overtake.
A couple of guys that are ahead of them are on primes. So
they are indeed. There is a big chance then. I didn't notice that. Every car Again, and here we go then. He might have fancy move down the inside going into the former Singapore sling. He's going to have the inside. Yeah, that's a fair move. He's done very, very well there. Try and make the move. Keeps it inside track limits. He's going to P5 this race. He has possibly got a shot of something a bit better. He's had a great race. Front to the back, back towards the front again. It's been a great comeback race as he gets a little bit deep there going into the corner, but retains fifth. CP to Ojo. Wouldn't mind this race finishing right about now. This could not work out any better for him. The gap would be reduced to 7 points in the championship. That's the gap between first and second in a race. He would love it. So let's see what he can do from here.
Top two seem to have pulled away. I assume it's ACPX Beast and Crazy Fish have pulled well away.
And in the podium at the moment is Luke Dawson. You picked Brave bigger than you.
For the win,
Yeah.
I picked ACPX Beast.
Oh yeah, whatever. Oh, you want to hear this rubbish coming out of your mouth. Oh, it looks like CUFC Ewan has gone round the outside at the end of the first sector there. Yes, he's on options, but that's a decent move round the outside, and he is
Dan, you need to go and watch the stream back because you will find out that I said
no,
ACPX Beast.
let's not have an argument here.
Oh, come on. That's who I said. I said one of the two cars on the front row. But I said likely ACPX Beast.
Rusty sent me a message to say, Bernie, how on earth do you cope with a mid-corner loss of grip? Will has been sending him crazy. I get it all the time. Yeah, I get it. It's one of the things you have on the wheel. Apparently you have a lot of mid-corner loss of grip for some reason. Just the wheel goes light. Me, you've just got to try and find the right settings to dial as much of it out as possible. That's why I feel like the wheel is very disadvantageous on this game, because on the old game it never used to be like that until they patched 2012. Once they patched 2012, that's when it all started to go like that, and that's just been like that ever since.
Look at this, Ewan. I don't think quite DRS is activated yet. I think it will be next lap, but
yeah, I think
he's got a great chance of a podium.
No, it's this lap. He's got it open right now. And wow, he's having an amazing race today.
And we have a four-man battle here for the lead.
Could he win it?
Sorry?
Do you think? Do you reckon he could win? Only reason I say that is Crazy Fish is also on Prime, and so is our race leader. And the two behind them are on options, and they are not relenting. I think if they can get something in the next couple of laps, yeah, what a chance.
It is a big ask, but it is possible. If he can clear third place man Luke Dawson, that he might be able to challenge.
Really losing that there. He has got a sizable gap behind him now, but he doesn't want to throw what he's done away, that is for sure.
Lost quite a lot because of that one mistake. That's what can happen, but he just needs to hope that the three ahead of him keep fighting, and then he can close the gap back up, as you can
it's
already
Luke Dawson
see.
Who's going to have the first bite of the cherry to try and break the Prime runners up, though. He's going to have DRS, but so is Crazy Fish. Oh no!
Oh, the lag!
5 second
Five second lag!
Well, that is not how you want races to be contested. Yeah, he's lost out to Ewan there quite badly now. Oh, Luke Dawson, what enters your mind when something like you never want it to happen
Ewan
to
will
you,
be
and there's
loving
never a
this.
good time for it. But that is definitely not a good time for it. And he's he's going now.
That sat Ewan in the driver's seat to have a go at these prime runners.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy Fish always runs deep into the hairpin there. Can ACPXP actually pull away so that Crazy Fish does not get DRS? Crazy Fish seems to be struggling a bit here. Ewan in the Mercedes on the option tyres is all over the back of Crazy Fish. I don't think it's quite a second yet. I think Crazy Fish will still get DRS. Crazy Fish runs deep again, and now Ewan is all over the back of him.
My mistake, I was on board with the wrong one there. There's only 3 laps to go, and the DRS is
Saved
now
all his
active.
cares for this DRS straight. Crazy Fish though just pulling away. He must have a mighty gearbox. Well, you knows that Crazy Fish is just too quick down the straights. He's going to have to do it in the corners.
Laps running out. He's going to have to do it very, very shortly, but he's giving it his all, that is for sure.
2.5 to go. Can he win on his debut race here?
And from the back, let's just add that for sure. I mean, after that one,
he's done well enough.
And now, yeah, okay, the safety car has helped him out no end, but he is showing he has a good pace in this league.
He set a PB lap time in the previous lap, so quite clearly the options ain't going off yet. He might be going by the last lap because this can't be helping the tyres when stuck in the dirty air. Oh yeah, definitely. The safety car come in on lap 24. And they'd been out a couple of laps on the options before that. Unless he was sensible under the safety car. Should be okay. Just under 2 laps now for you to try and make the move. Crazy Fish just doesn't seem to be making a mistake.
No, he's keeping clean, keeping time lines, hitting his apex, it's making it difficult for Ewan to make a pass really. And yeah, he's just struggling to get close enough.
Crazy Fish though
But
is
it's great.
closing
I'm
in.
surprised, you know, looking at how ACPX pulled away from Crazy Fish in the early part of it, he just hasn't been able to do it so far.
By the time that the safety car comes out, it's certainly a sprint finish now. And Crazy Fish does seem to be matching him for pace.
Yeah.
Now that he's not making too many mistakes.
Any one of
he's
these
keeping it
3
clean.
could still win the race, you just don't know. So your
Yeah, all
money's
it
going
takes
to
is one mistake.
money's going to be on ACPX, but you never know, you never know. Really, all ACPX scored was hit his apexes around his final lap. Just hit them, make it difficult for the rest. In fact, he's opened a little bit of a gap here. He had a sizable gap. And the thing is, Crazy Fish does not want to get disjointed from the Mercedes because Ewan might be able to pace this little bit of a gap, because then Crazy Fish won't get the DRS and he'll lose out. In fact, I think he's just going to be close enough. I don't know about that, you know. Close enough for DRS. not got it. He's going to have to defend with Kurz. CUFC Ewan is closing every second down the straight, but it's just not going to be enough.
I think U's options have reached the cliff, as they call it.
Whoa!
Getting a lot. Oh, Ewan does the exact same. Doesn't gain an advantage there.
Just getting their car is not acting well. Crazy Fish coming to a line incident in the night here, but he should hold station. Should work here to go against the bridge. All looks fine so far. In fact, Luke Dawson has closed that gap back up considering lagged out. He's done a really good job to close that gap. And he might well have a look at the Mercedes here. The Mercedes goes deep.
It's going to be so close. Oh, Ewan with the ruined options. He's lost traction. Oh.
The hunter becomes the hunted, and Crazy Fish has broken his end plates there, but I think it's going to be too little too late for Luke Dawson to make any impact as he goes around the final corner. I think give Luke Dawson another lap. He really had a look at Crazy Fish. He lost his end plates a lot of time in those last few corners. But it's third place for Luke Dawson, and possibly deserved, I think, as well. CP2 drops to sixth place, but still finishes with a grey figure. Grey figure to 10 seconds as well. Well, that was quite an exciting race, a full-on race.
Yep, that went right to the last lap.
Right.
Great racing all the way through the field.
There has been some top races around Singapore this week. A few iffy incidents here and there in the upper division. Let alone you go down through the division. Better driving it seems to be. I don't know how the tier 6 has gone on tonight. I have to have a little look. But yeah, congratulations to AC Pixie who wins the race. Crazy Fish down in P2 now. I know Luke Dawson's down the mic, so we're not going to do the top 3 tonight. We're literally going to get the finished timings, take a picture of that. We'll love you and leave you until tomorrow night, where I will be doing a stream explaining sort of little Q&A, question time, whatever you want to call it, about the league, what's going to happen, any questions that you have, any issues that you think are going to be going. I'll try and answer the questions as honestly as I can. I feel like, you know, the drivers should know what's going on with the league going forward. And the fact that there's a new game being released around months ago, that was the perfect time to get it out there. But thanks very much for watching the stream, holding on 31 laps of what is the longest race of the season. Unlucky Ewan says Writer's Tag, well done AC Pixby, some crazy fish. And Luke Dawson did deserve it after his 5 seconds. Big congratulations, AC Pixby, who records another win and brings himself a bit closer to the promotion fight. With that win, he will be in the promotion playoff point, so I would have thought just to have a quick look at the table and see how that has affected everything. So here we are for the F5 division. Sick Beast to Ozone now is a 9 points off lead. AC Beast picks up 25, and Jump J Pierce will also he'll be on level points with Crazy Fish, will be ahead of Tucker. And on race wins, AC Beast with 2 this season compared to Crazy Fish, who hasn't won any, will climb all the way up to P3 in the championship with 6th, so a good result for him tonight. But we'll be back next week here for the South Korean Grand Prix for F5, me and Jamie, hopefully. But until then, we've got plenty to get you in the mood. We've got F1, live from South Korea Sunday night, 100% of the Korean Grand Prix. Should be a good one. GP2 with probably Connor Eyes, maybe Alonso doing the streaming, we'll find out. GP3 and F4 being covered as normal, and then F5 and T6 on its usual Wednesday night slot. So if you do want to watch the stream tomorrow with the Q&A, get involved. I'd love to hear from you, get some questions out there, and we shall see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you on Sunday.